Welcome to Satisfactory Update 4. My name is Nilaus and this is episode 14 of our Let's Play. And we are starting here where we ended our last episode. I really like these to be turned on. Where? Oh, it's morning. I guess it goes up like whoop. That's how suns work. They go around the plane, because we all know that this world is a plane because there's no curvature. Anyway, what we're gonna do today is we have a few things more left to do on tier 5 and 6. So look at that, we have lots of computers. Oops, I also have an acute lack of forward movement. There you go. Lack of forward movement. We're gonna head down here. You can see all of our oscillators are being used and they are not coming in fast. So what we need to do is we need to get our get our oscillators just to stack up. It's gonna take a long time, but you know, it's gonna happen at some point. In the meantime, oh, I hit the corner there. In the meantime, we have only a few things that we haven't automated yet. We have automated now the computers. We do not have the modular frames, and the reason why is because we don't have the correct recipe. There are 3 recipes for heavy modular frame as far as I know. The default one, which is absolutely horrendous, and I'm not going to do that. It takes 5 of the modular frames and a lot of screws. It's just horrible. Then there's another one that requires less of everything and then some more concrete instead of screws. That's very good. And then there's another one that requires rubber. That's a bit weird, but it's the very good one that I want. So that means later on what we're gonna do is sort of eventually work our way towards the heavy modular frame, but it's gonna take some time because we don't have the recipe. So I'm gonna have to do a round trip out in the world to find those. And that means in the meantime we need to make some modular frames. So let's make the modular frames, and then also, oh yeah, another thing that I want to do as well. Oh man, I wanted to take that right. I wanted to go down here. So what we have here is 2,500. We have 500 of these, which is 1,000 smart plating. We have a modest 50 craft of these, but each of these craft takes 15 of the versatile wiring. No, versatile framework, the something wiring. I don't know, it's something wiring. So we need to get the wiring thing, the smart plating, and the versatile framework. We need to get those started in our automated handcrafting. Oh, that's such a shame. I wanted to hit the right on this one just to go down. It didn't. I've just changed this here. We are, oh, come on, jump. We are gonna just floof around in our little floof tubes until we get to our new plant, our new location where we'll build our modular frames. The modular frames is going to be a bit weird. Let's see. I'm going to go up to the rotors. They are up here. And go. Keep going. Keep going. So this is the rotors we have. I've expanded. I want to do a separate tutorial on the rotors because this is the benefit of the design I had originally. The original one was a very small design that only had 3 of these assemblers, but I had built it in a convoluted way. If you recall it, the episode was called Tileable Rotors, so I could just simply stamp down more. So that's what I did. I ran out of rotors, so I stamped down some more and made a massive thing. It is actually so massive that it takes 500 and something iron per minute, so I actually kind of overbuilt it. 530 I think, or something like that. No, not 530, 500 and a bit. So we are now making 48 rotors per minute. That's pretty good. But even at this rate, we are still consuming them as fast as we get them. Oh, look at that beautiful little location here. We have a new platform all ready and waiting for us. Got a bit of lights. This will be our new modular frame build. Why is it going to be here? Well, because we have iron down there. That's 2 more pure locations, so we have plenty of iron available. And I want to make my modular frames in a way that requires only, come on, there we go, only iron. It shouldn't be that difficult, but you know. So we have 3 different ways of making it. We have the normal, okay, we have the normal way. Look at the hover then. That's very expensive, 3 frames for 1, and then a lot of iron. Then we have the bolted one, which is super fast, but needs a lot of screws. Yeah, that's going to be the theme of today. A lot of screws. And then we have the steel one. I'm not going to take the steel one because even though it might be good, then I don't have the steel available to do that. So that means we're going to go with the bolted one. The bolted one takes 7.5 of these. So what if we're setting 2 of those here? That will now require us to, nope, let's do it the right one. That's 2 bolted frames. That means we now need 140 times 2. That's 280 screws per minute. You're already seeing the fun part, right? And in order for us to make that, we need also, it was 7.5 reinforced iron plates per minute times 2, that's 15. The funny thing about it is, if I take the bolted one, it makes exactly 15 per minute. There, that's super, super fast. And the disadvantage is that it leaves, well, a lot of iron and a stupid amount of screws. So we now have 250 screws additionally here. So in total, these 3 in and of themselves take 530 screws per minute. That's what we're going to do. So we are going to make 530 screws. We're going to put it in here. We are going to make, on top of that, we're going to make some iron plates, and the screws plus iron plate makes reinforced, plus add more screws, then you bolt it together to some modular frames. Looking good. So we're going to start down here from this corner. I am going to start from this location. This is where we get things inbound. There. Because that fits really well with this one. And I'm going to take it here. And let's get a Mark IV belt there. I don't think I have enough of these. We'll do some exploration run as we need. So the reason I do is I want to make this line makes screws, and then I take the other half here, go over and make iron plates, because iron plate actually needs quite a lot. Each of these, there was 90 iron plates, and each iron plate is 1.5 ore. So yeah, that's 135. So I'm basically going to take something down there and 135 that way. Yes. Good. That means this is the first location we can actually build a smelter. And remember smelters. I have a tendency to forget smelters for some reason. Is that okay? That looks not good. Okay, I'm gonna make my patented, I call it patented, alignment splitters. There we go. We got the alignment splitters going, and well, let's take a look at the next. I can't build it here, but I don't want to build it. I want to build them like all of them want to build them in the middle. So let's make the screws. We luckily have the casted screws. The steel screws, I know that some people will go, steel screws, Yeah, but I don't want to bring steel in here. I have enough things that require steel, and my steel is not very big. So I'd much rather just take the raw iron and just go into the casted screws. Very neat, 12.5. That means 2 of these will take 25. That means 2 of those can almost, this one, casted screws. And this one will then go iron and just go down to 25. There. So 25 in, 25 out. It goes into these 2. Should we just start doing this? I really shouldn't, because I'm not sure that this is correct build. But, you know, I am a sucker for the completeness. There. I'm happy that so many people are commenting about the tight 90-degree turns. And they're brilliant. They're awesome. Alright, so at this point, we now have these coming out. I have 50 in each of these, and I need to make, what did they say, 530 together? Alright, let's get on with it. That means we're going to need 11 of these. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Woohoo! Look at that. It just so happens to fit out here. What a coincidence. So that is one part. Let's build the smelters over here as well. They will be, every other one will have a smelter. I'm sure they could do something that's slightly better. But this will actually work just fine for our purpose here. Nope. What happened? Why are we not? Oh, because it's, yeah. And the last one is kind of silly, because that only goes into 1. So this one has to be 13. It's actually 12.5. Boom. And that one is exceptional, just going in there. It is what it is. All right, so when we get all of these outbound, since it's 530, we can't put them on one belt because our fastest belt is currently 480. Funny, I've not even been in here and hovering over them. So what we want to do is we want to make a list of its locations here. Now I need, for the bolted frames, I need 250. That means I need 5 of these going into the bolted frames. So let's do that first. There. That's gonna be, all of these are taking 50 outbound, so I can use, I can use a tier 1. And then I can go up and take a tier 3 as the transport in between. I like using tier 3, especially considering I have 2,000 of them in my inventory. Then I pretty much like, oh, that's beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted. There. All right, so now I have 250 screws coming out here. This 250 screws has to be merged together with something else. That something else is... Think, damn you, think. That something else is the iron plates coming from over here. So we'll kind of save that and then go back and take, what if we take one of these? And I'm gonna need this to be, yeah, somewhere it's gonna go in here, right? And that means I am going to find, where's that one? I think maybe I want a alignment one here. And then, let me see. Okay, what if I build it? I try to build it sort of right there. So it's, yeah, okay, not like this. And that means I would take this out. I'm gonna get, let's see, technically I don't care if it's a splitter or a merger. Then in that case I should have a splitter and not a merger. Okay, this is kind of getting, what I want to do is I want to have this line. On top of this line I want to have the reinforced iron plates. Here, here, here. So I take these out and I re-establish this one so it doesn't break. Yeah. And then I want to make sure that well, this is one of those that doesn't quite work, but it's there. Cool. I like this. I like this. Right? So the idea here is now that if I can get the screws in on this side here. I think that, yeah, that is correct. Good. All right, so now I have in this one, this is the bolted plates. Thank you very much. Here, that will produce 15 per minute as long as it gets 250 screws, but we have to confirm the 250 screws. Great. Now the next part we want to confirm is how do we get the plates inbound or the iron inbound, and this is here. Let's see if this will be a merger and it has to be pointing that way and it has to be in the middle of this tile. Yes, unfortunately this will also mean this is just for alignment again. It's going to be out here, that one. We're going to get constructors now, and then those constructors will be making iron plates. And they'll have to be aligned there. Each one of these iron plates makes a total of 20. So I need 5 of these, 4.5, but there and here. Here and here. So that's 5 of these, and I want them to be merged into this one. This is a merger, I guess. Put it in here. Let's see if that works. If it's not clipping. No clipping. Perfect. There. Alright, so that is all of these produce 90 iron per minute. Goes in here, goes in, and then merges into here and go in there. Looking good. Let's get some belts. Even though it's not necessary in anywhere but the last one, I really like the idea of having generally Mark 1s going out of machines if possible, Mark 3s being sort of the transport belts for the feeder lines. I'm kind of calling feeder lines there, and that one. So now we have 100. We have 90 here if we just scale the last one down, but I don't know if we will. And then we just need to make sure the things go in here. That's a splitter. It's gonna keep going this way. Split, 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 and split. And then what I need is this one. Hopefully that works. And it just comes over here. Ta-da! It works perfect. Oh. That's again the feeder line. This is the line that takes 130 iron in, iron ore going in to be. Aha! That's not how iron ore works. Oh, you idiot! Did you just sit there and chat and scream at me, or in the comment section screaming and be like, "No, you forgot the smelters." I did forget the smelters. Thank you very much. I got carried away a bit. We'll just do that. Oops. Yeah, but that's okay. That's actually not more than okay, because that means that we actually use the entire size of this. That's so much nicer. So, yeah. Is it really like that? Okay, cool. 2. And since they take 30 each, then this should be fine. There. And feeder lines, or not feeder lines, but there, since it's only 30 for each. And this one can now also be taken out. And go a bit further. Oh! Oh my god, I got a shock. Ah! Why? I was just like, oh, what is that? It's moving. I thought it was like, why is there a rock inside and it moved? I don't know why I was freaking out so bad. But my heart skipped a couple beats. Look at me, look at my hands. Ah! I don't know why I'm freaking out. It's probably like that you're not supposed to be there. And there's only one way to reward you for that attitude here. There you go, buddy. Wow, that was... It's somehow despawned. But, hey, mission accomplished. Fireworks. Good. That's just serves as a warning. If you scare me, I'll blow you up. That's how it works. And onwards with our factory. As if nothing had happened. Here. Here. That's the feeder line, 135. Alright, so let's see. Now we have all the iron coming in. 90 iron being produced here, going in here. And the 250 screws going in. We are now going to get on the top lane here. And output. So next part is to get one of these, and I think we'll have I know we have room for it in here. I don't know exactly how, when, why, what. We're gonna take each of these other ones. Okay, let's just build it out here for just to remember that one. It takes 140 screws and 7.5. So we need 2 of these. 140 screws. I have 6 remaining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 of those will make 150, and that's pretty close to 140. So that's going to be what I want. I'm going to bring them out like here. They're going to be brought this way, and then it's going to be brought outbound. Yes. Likewise for this one, outbound, and there, and consolidate. So that means I now need to build it right there. That means I need, that's a splitter. No, that's a merger. We need a splitter here. That will be here, pointing that way, that way, that way. And then I'm going to take these two out. That will be the reinforced iron plates coming up here, together with this one and this one. They will merge out, and this one, and therefore also in this tile, if I did my stuff correctly. That should be how it works. That means now I need one of these aligned like this. And we try from encroaching clearance. Okay. So this is too close. One away. Good. It now comes from here and sweet blips, you're working. And there. And just align to the other one, and then sweet blip, you're working. Great. All right, and I am going to now build all the belts. The belts go from here to here. This is each 150, and that means I need a belt Mark III. That's coming up here. And then there you go. So now I have in this one, I haven't set the recipe, but that's going to be the bolted frames. Yay. And more bolted frames there. They are actually only making 5 per minute, so it's kind of not a lot. And consolidating these 3 makers of screws into that one. I hope this makes sense. I'm trying to explain it as slowly and as meticulously I can. So now we have these 2 machines here, assemblers, making bolted frames, and they're making 5 each. They take 7.5. They take 7.5 reinforced iron plates. Please work. And those are coming on the top lane. 7.5 plus 7.5, that's 15. This one down here is making exactly 15. Exactly 15, so that should be good. Just going down here, and all we need now is the outbound. There. Here, and then I'm going to get a big box. Let's try that and see if that works. Nope. That's probably not working, is it? That's probably working just fine. That's what I meant. Probably just working just fine. Whew. Okay, what else? Do we have anything that isn't set up yet? Oh yeah, the feeder line on this side here. That needs to be about like what I have down at this end. That one. That's a split up because I get 25 that goes into 12.5, and it goes into 12.5 here. Next one is also 25 to 12.5, and again these, they're really not a big deal to make those anymore. There's the 90-degree turns. It's just a matter of getting used to it. Just like you see it pretty easily where it is. You need to place it, and then, well, you just place it. Yeah. That one goes in, that one goes in. Wouldn't it be funny when I make a mistake or something? Just when I say when it's super easy. And the last one is the whole feeder line of iron in here. And how much do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 25. That's 225, and then half one more. That's, yeah, it's not actually very much. It's, I would say it was 135 on the other side, and this one is also kind of 135. So yeah, it's barely 240, but it's definitely more than 240. So basically what I can say is like, well, I couldn't double it. I couldn't double it from here. So this is the kind of the size I can make. And I'm not super happy about building it like this because it's not actually a tileable design. But it's a neat little design, and I think it'll get us what we need. Whoops, to a large extent. There's also the part that once we've sort of unlocked everything in the game, we might start building some big factories. Because I really want to also build big, but that really depends on whether there's a continued interest both on Twitch and here on YouTube for me to continue this series. Alright, I really want somewhere a bit higher up that we can look at it. If only we had like a platform that was raised compared to where we are right now, that would be really nice. Like so maybe. There, that basically just illustrates what we have and how it works. It looks really good. So over here on the side, we recap it one more time just to make sure that everyone gets it. I mean, I've got a lot of feedback about it's very hard to follow when you're sort of in the middle of the build. So let's try to zoom out, and then let me know if this works for you in terms of summarizing it. Iron comes in here. It comes up to 480 inbound, but it then gets split evenly. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 smelters. They smelt, go into 11 screw makers. The first 5 screw makers, that's 250, goes in here to make bolted frames. The next 3, 1, 2, 3, go into this one where I make the bolted frames. And the last 3, 1, 2, 3, there goes into the other one for bolted frames. Over here beneath us, we have the other iron line coming, and that's an autosave, coming in. Getting smelted, yes please, and then make it into iron plates. That will go into 90 iron plates inbound for the bolted frames. No, for the bolted plates, the reinforced iron plates. And that's going to be the whole damn thing. All I need to do is set up the recipes for all of these, and then we can set up the the inbound iron. That's the last part. And night has fallen. But we now see that everything is now lighting up yellow. That means everything has now recipe now, and I will just go down and find some iron ore that we can use for what we want. And funny thing is about having, well, this one's mainly for going up, not so much for going down. Flashlight. We're gonna go over here. Oh no, I know what's gonna happen now. I know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a disaster. Well, not this one. A bit of rock you. I wonder if I get copyright claim for this. I have to talk over it. That yeah, I can't do that. So we actually have to make a few things here. So first of all, we have to make 2 of these portable miners. That's good. And then the embarrassing thing is, in order for us to make modular frames, I now have to. We have a huge build making modular frames, except I don't have enough modular. Oh no. Okay, well that's close by, so that's just less embarrassing. It's still a bit embarrassing. That one. Can't believe we have ran out of that. And that will give us some modular frames that we need for a Mark II smelter. There we go. I need 10 of these, so now I'm handcrafting modular frames, despite the fact that we have a gigantic build. I'm just ready to make modular frames. But of course I can't make it if I can't mine it, and I can't mine it without modular frames. So here we are, handcrafting modular frames. Or bench crafting modular frames, I guess, is the right term. And boom. There we go. I'm going to take you and put you up here. You're going to be happy. I'm going to kill this one, because that's completely irrelevant. And I am instead going to be this one, though. Let's get a few of these. Give me 240. You're already fired up. And let me get up to the belts. That one. Okay, we kind of forgot this. Boom. Boom. Done. And then I'm just gonna finish the other one. This will be... I'll take a tier 3 belt, because why not? And you go over there, and the one thing that's missing is from the power line, and that goes into any other power line. There we go. You should be done now. You're getting 240. I think this only needs 250. Okay, so we have now iron coming in here. That is going to be our modular frames. Let's go up and take a look. I think I'll actually go one level up as well, or even more. I'll go up there just to have a glance at it. I think that's the best place to look at it. And we are up. No. Okay, yeah, and we're down again. And we are up again. So my point was, I wanted to stand right here, so we actually have a pretty good view of the base. So we see that things are coming in. They look green. They actually look green all the way down. That's actually almost surprising. But then again, we are feeding it in at twice the speed that... Oh, look at that. They wobbled down there. We're putting it in at twice the speed that we actually need. There'll probably be a few places that I've forgotten some belts. So that's what we just basically have to go around scanning for. As I'm doing it, I can already see some issues. That one. That one. Yep. And let me see. Did you get what you want? Yeah, you're not really getting the screws just yet. But they're coming in. They're coming in all right. And we're just looking at this entire line. This entire line looks great. It doesn't have a lot of ingots, but since it just needs enough. It just needs enough. Oh, I can put them in here. Ha. Perfect. Alright, so these ones are making screws. That's good. They'll come out in pretty... Oh, okay, let's go up here. They come out in pretty big batches. So this one is missing the reinforced iron plates. Let's go over and see if the reinforced iron plates is working as it should. It looks good. This belt is transporting 250, but the maximum is 270, so it should be an almost full belt. There will be some gaps here and there. That one, that's a gap of 2 and a gap of 1. Okay, so there's a few gaps here and there. This one is working. Not fast, but working. I can just help it along by doing that. And these are good. Why is that so slow? I think I actually want that to be a Mark III belt, just because it looks better. These have to be feeder lines. Feeder lines have to be Mark III, if at all possible. This is good. And is that coming up here? Yes, it is coming up here. And is it then going into these locations so that they can start working? Well, they are working, so that's good. Let's see if we get anything outbound. Yeah. And over in our crate, ta-da, we have a total massive number of modular frames of 2. Yay! 2 modular frames. Woohoo! Now, the only thing we can do now is we can look at this one heavy. So I need to go out and find the new recipe for heavy modular frames and maybe a few other good and bad ones. So if I look at the map, what we have done now is all of this area, except for one thing up here that's I apparently missed. All of this area has been cleaned out for what are they called? Hard drives. So what I want to do is I want to go down this way, and basically take this area. Not all of the area, because there's a swamp here that has a lot of like supercomputers and quantum oscillators and turbo motors, so I can't take those anyway. So I'm going to go down here. Actually, I'm going to go down there. And then around to this mushroomy location down here with oil and nasty stuff, and then go back up. That should give me netly about 25 hard drives, so that's what I'm going to do, and then we'll have this one as well working. So it is working. It's working at 10 per minute, so that is what we're going to do. We'll be skipping that, because that, if you want to watch that, this is the if you want to watch the exploration run, I'm doing that on Twitch. It takes about 2 hours. It's fun, and it's fun and games, but it doesn't fit in a YouTube video. So if you want that, I have a second channel. Maybe you don't know, but on my second channel, I save all of the VODs from my Twitch streams. They go up there about 1 to 2 days after they are live. they go live on Twitch. So you can either check it out if you want to watch immediately on Twitch under the VODs or on my secondary YouTube channel. There's a link in the description below. It's called Nilaus TV. So if you want to watch the VODs, then you can do that. That's more of an extensive thing. But in this case, we're focusing on the design and the build of the base. And that's why we're going to be focusing now on just using some of these, particularly the modular frames, for the construction of the stuff we need in order to get ready for the heavy modular frames and the completion of the tier 5, 6. I mean, as in activating tier 7. So let's jump to that. We're now back after one hell of an exploration run. I'm just going to show you how much of an exploration run it was. I have 17 hard drives, and the reason why I'm saving these is actually because we are at a position where I don't really want to use anymore. I don't want to get any more alternate recipes at this tech level. What we do have as well, I want to show you heavy modular frames. We got pretty much this one. One of the reasons why I don't want to use the other one is because I don't get any more oil recipes, and I think there are a lot of oil recipes that I don't have, so they must require me to unlock the next tier. So I'm gonna save those 17 17 hard drives. Additionally, I mean, I've already burned like 10 of those, but really what I was out there hunting for was this recipe. This, if you compare them, this makes 1, this makes 3. So if we look at everything here, this goes from 5 to 1. Now this one goes from, well, 8 to 3. Less than 3 a piece. Massive improvement. Here it goes from 5 to 1. Here it goes from 10 to 3. Again, massive improvement. And this one, it's less of a big deal, but it's still nice to know that we get less. Here it's 15. That would be, it's basically like cutting down about a third of the recipe. And you then need concrete, which is super simple instead of stupid annoying screws. We have gotten enough screws for today, so we don't want to do that. So this is definitely the one we want to make for the heavy modular frames. That will definitely be the next thing we want to do, which will also allow us to update get the last tech, the monorail, and also the unlocking the next, or at least starting the work on these recipes here. But let's have a look at some of the things. I have built some locations here that make the stuff that we need. So these have been, they're not working very well. This one's smart plating. It's almost full. This is, if it's full, it's 1,350, which is actually more than I need, and we need 1,000. So this one is done. That means I actually don't want to continue making these anymore. That's kind of okay. This one, versatile frames, that's the big one. This is the one that I need 2,500 of. I have 450, 500. Let's call it 600 and be generous. And I need 2,500. This one I need 750. I have 100, 200, 300, 375. And then I have another one here, which I have also, let's call that 600 as well. So maybe I have 1,200 of the versatile frames, and I need 2,700 of those. But we do have enough of the frames, though. The modular, the smart plating, we do have enough of the smart plating. That's really nice, actually. I like the fact that we have enough of that. We don't need any more of that, so smart plating can be updated. But the versatile framework is not doing great. So we need to go grab some of our beautiful new frameworks here. Do I have enough space? I think I might have enough space. Which one are we going to take? I think we'll take this one, just for the change of pace to get over to our new build. That's now been... Oh, you can see my shadow, but you can't see the shadow of the hypertubes. Weird. Hypertubes don't cast a shadow. They're not exactly super transparent. But, you know, I don't care. I don't care a lot, I'd say. Look at me just navigating and land. Looking good. Yeah, we have some weird things in our inventory still from our exploration run that I really don't need to have at all. These 5 I can probably live without that. There we go. Let's get that back to... I think this one is a more pleasant way of transporting ourselves, because that one just bounces right into location. So, duck below, and you know what? This is easier as long as I don't run out of power. I don't. All right, so get that into the versatile framework here. And no, that's not how it works. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should put half of those in here. And the other one down. That one also needs a lot. So at this point, what should we do? We will have, if we have about 1,200 of those, and I need to, how much did I say I want? I wanted 2,700, no, 2,500. So I have about half of them. Let's say that we're missing 1,200 of those. And this one makes it in 12 and a half per minute. Okay, that's pretty easy. So it's basically like 100 minutes. So 1.5 hours of this one running to get all the versatile framework. That's okay, but because the versatile framework is something that it doesn't need further processing. However, the smart plating needs further processing, and what was the other thing? What was the other thing? It was this one. The automated wiring also needs further processing. So those need to be done so that I can get on with the next part. Yep. So this will be something that while we work on the heavy modular frame in the next episode, we want to make sure that these ones keep running and that we make the next parts of it, which will be done in manufacturers. Also, again, working on this this sort of hacked way of doing it, the automated handcrafting, so we can unlock it next time. Some people would be like, oh, you need to set up a full production chain for these, but actually not, because to be honest, it's a one-time thing, and you need to trigger this. Once I trigger this to level 8, then I never need any more of the automated wiring, smart plated, versatile framework, adaptive engine, all those things. I don't need them until tier 9 and 10, but so I don't really feel I need to set up an automated system for it, except if I wanted to use it for ticket generation, but I don't. Anyway, this is a good place to wrap up. We have a good step forward, way too many screws today, and then we have a clear path forward on heavy modular frames, which will then enable us to unlock the last tech and unlock tier 7 and 8, and then we have a whole new world opening for us with hover packs and particle colliders, nuclear things, and yeah, there are lots of good things. What was the biggest thing that I wanted at the next year? I can't even remember what the biggest next thing is. Doesn't matter. We'll find out. I'll see you guys in the next episode. You know where the like button is. You know where the subscribe button is, so I don't need to mention that. Haha, but I just anyway. I'll see you guys next time. Take care and stay effective.